Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
Hey guys, Jim here. Welcome in once again. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a double unboxing bonanza. One from Jack Wolf Knives and the other from EMP EDC. This is a prototype and this is a knife that's going to be available very, very soon. Oh, I'm excited about both of these. And I have actually played with the EMP EDC already, so it's not a true unboxing because I did already play with it. But I do want to give you the experience of seeing it in the same way that I did when I first unboxed it. And this will be the first time I will be touching this brand new Pioneer Jack from Jack Wolf Knives. Went for something a little bit different on this one. Didn't do crazy carbon fiber inlays, or covers, I should say. Didn't do any kind of crazy coatings. Went for something that I thought was really, really, really attractive for this particular model. So let's go ahead and start things off first with the EMP EDC. This is going to be the Pulse out the front, and this is the prototype. And I'm really, really, really loving this knife. This is super, super cool. Lots of nice milling on this aluminum frame. Same matching milling on the clip. EMP EDC logo right there. Firing switch on the top. Well, it's technically the side, but we've gotten so used to calling this the top for some reason. But okay, you ready? Oh. I have yet to have this blade jump off the track, no matter how quickly I open and retract it. Not that that's something that you really want to do over and over and over and over again super fast. However, it should be able to handle it if it's a good quality knife. Now, unlike a Microtech is designed to jump off of the track kind of as a safety mechanism. Number one, if you were to jam something hard up against it and hit the firing button, the blade will pop off the track and just kind of sit loosely in the chassis. And also, if you're really overly abusing it, going far faster than you need to, then it will do it as well. Now, this is really unlike any other out the front that I've ever had in my possession, in my collection. It's really unlike any out the front that I've reviewed. Number one, because you have a nice convex, a nice contour to the chassis, which is something we don't typically see. It's not completely unheard of, but it's not a normal thing that you would see. It's also a Wharncliffe blade, which is also a not so common blade profile to be used in and out the front. It's also a very odd size. It's small and it's compact. I can actually hide that in the palm of my hand. But it doesn't feel too tiny. It's like if you jump from a Microtech UTX 70, this little teeny tiny little thing, and basically the next size up, you're going into, it would have been the UTX 85 Daytona. That's no longer made, so the Ultratech, then it's a big jump in size. And the Ultratech, I believe, would be just a hair longer than this overall, but a little bit slimmer. When I get to the full review of this knife, I'll give you the full specs and all the sizes and all the pertinent information that you need to know to make an informed buying decision. However, for now, this is just an unboxing and just to give you a chance to kind of experience this knife before the full review goes live. Oh man, these are so well done. Now, like the Nimbles and all of the other EMP EDC products, these are imported in from China, so you're seeing now, for the first time, a higher-end Chinese out the front. There are plenty of super-duper cheap garbage out the fronts that have been available from China, or from brands, put that in quotes, from that claim they're from the U.S., most usually claiming they're from Texas, where they buy, what they say is they buy parts from China and then import them and do all the assembly, and that's just a flat out lie. They're buying a $13 completely fully made knife, importing them in with their logos on them, and they're absolute junk. Everybody that's tried them should pretty much agree. Anybody that knows a quality knife will tell you, yeah, I've tried that brand, you know, it would be the Cobra Tex or any other number. There's at least a dozen different brand names that have been applied to the exact same knives made in the exact same factories with the exact same parts. And they all tell you the same thing. Oh, lifetime warranty, guaranteed replacement if you break it or do anything to damage it. Yeah, it's super easy to give you a guarantee of a free replacement when they have almost nothing invested in it, and they've charged you $150, $200, $225 for them. Yeah, they paid $13, and that's shipped in, by the way. That's imported. That's their cost. So it's not even like they're paying $13 a knife plus freight. It's all inclusive. And I know this because a company I worked for many, many years ago that was diversifying into many different types of businesses, they had been contacted by the Chinese factory that was making those, and they had offered to do the branding and all that kind of good stuff, and it was $13 a knife delivered. And their suggested retail, I forget what they had pitched to this company, but you'll generally see them between $150 and $225 on average. I've seen them a little bit higher, and people swear they're buying the best thing in the world, especially if they bought it at a gun show. You know, they'll run around to a gun show, and there'll be a table there with like 300 knives sitting on the table. And I mean, yeah, I mean, they kind of look cool to most average people that aren't really high-end knife collectors. And they hear the whole thing of made in the USA, and it's generally half the price of a comparable Microtech or other popular out-the-front automatic brand. And they think, oh, what could go wrong? Oh, and it's got a replacement warranty. I'm all covered. This is a high-end, awesome piece of... Yeah, no, it's not. However, this is the first time we are seeing a higher quality out the front, at least that I've come across. Are there other brands out there? There possibly are. And I can't say that I know every single knife that's ever been made and ever been marketed all over the world. But I don't know of another brand coming in from overseas that's made to this quality level, that feels like this, that has machining that's this well done. And this grind, by the way, really, really nice, and nice finishing as well. So you've got a horizontal satin to kind of look like hand rub satin, and then you have a hollow ground primary. And what are these are both going to be flat. So the swedge is flat and the tip grind is flat, and that hollow ground primary is nice, and it's got a really nice feeling edge as well. All the pros and the cons and the specs I will go over in the full review, which will be coming up very shortly. But for now, I'm going to move that off to the side. We're going to get to something I am always, always stoked about. And that is the brand new offering from Jack Wolf Knives. This is the Pioneer Jack. Now, this is going to be quite a departure from all of the other Jack Wolf knives that I have. Probably not as big of a departure as their one locking knife was, but this is quite a bit different. Basically, this is going to be a sodbuster pattern. Here is the POG that comes included in the packaging with the artwork. And who's doing the artwork? Because this looks like Sean Tiffany again. Yes, okay, good. It is Sean Tiffany again. They have expanded out into a second artist, and we saw that on last month's offering, so I just wanted to verify. Okay, and then inside of here will be the microfiber cloth, your stickers, this time around saying howdy, And of course, the all-important leather slip so that you can carry the knife deep down in your pocket and not worry about scratching it up. Now on this one, there are going to be people that are going to be worried about scratching up this particular finish, and there are going to be some that aren't going to be able to wait to start getting scratches on this finish because it will give it a wonderfully unique look. Oh man, does that look good in the plain titanium. There are a number of different options, as always, that you can get into with these, but that plain titanium looks really, really good. All bead blasted titanium, satin finishes all the way up the backside, as always. And this is my first time having a Jack Wolf with a hand-rubbed satin blade. And they did a pretty nice job. Looks like about a 400 grit hand-rubbed satin. Not super crazy high. So there won't be any issues with it fingerprinting like crazy because it's a semi-reflective high grit. So this is still going to be a usable blade. Let me get the polishing cloth out here one more time. Just get that nice and clean. S90V steel once again. Definitely a stronger pull than I felt on almost every other Jack Wolf knife. And they are starting to add a little bit more oil up here into the pivot and where the blade tang engages. So you might get a little bit of fingerprinting because you're going to let some oil out. But man, that is really, really sharp looking. I like that a lot. Now you've got a Barlow style bolster, so it's going to be a longer type of bolster look to it. Easy to access the nail neck. And it feels really good in the hand. It feels a little bit larger than some of the others. Not quite as large as the Vampire feels, but man, that is sharp looking in the plain titanium. I like pretty much everything about how it looks. Walk and talk is fantastic. It sounds really good when it's opening. Sounds really good when it hits that mid-lock stop. It really sounds good when it's closing. And I wonder if there's different harmonics to solid titanium versus all the other ones that I have that have covers, carbon fiber and whatnot. So that might contribute to the different sound as well. But I really, really like that clean look. Well, other than the thumbprint of oil that I got on it. But that looks really, really slick. I like that a lot. Very cool, man. Ben, you should be proud, as always, of another fantastic design. And a full review on this will be coming soon as well. So stay tuned, as I can't wait to get into that one either. All right, that's it for this unboxing, and I'll see you guys on the upcoming videos.